You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. You bastard.
The truth around the SML mid-season, baby. Often imitated, never duplicated. The truth, the only, the one. Fellas, what's going on? The Truth, Coach Pauly here with another edition of The Truth Around the SML, man. Hey, I'm glad to be back on the show. I see a lot of shows dropping out of business in the SML, so I'm glad I'm not one of them at this point. But hey, we got an action-packed show as always. I always try to give you the truth on every show. So on today's show, the quick agenda, we're going to bring in the caller in a couple of minutes. I'm going to introduce him as what I think he is coming up. Then I'm going to go around the league quickly and see what's going on in each division. All the pretenders and the contenders are going to get called out tonight. And then I'm going to go game of the week. And then I'm going to go the truth top 10, the only true top 10 in the SML by far. I'll only give you the truth because I don't care what people say. And then ending off the show, we're going to go to Water Cooler Talk for the boys where we discuss the SML's hottest topics or the topics that everybody wants to say or talk about, but most people are scared. So that's what we're going to do. So now, without further ado, we're going to go on to our first segment of the show here. And we're going to bring on, a very interesting guy, very interesting coach. He's come in the league, his first season here, really stepped all over the competition, to be honest. And you know me, I love parity in the league. I love parity in the league, man. I love it. So, anything I can do to get parity in the league, I will. And this guy's bringing parity to the league, obviously. So, I don't know. I just think he might be the next, he's like, I would explain if Prime and Baby Goat had a kid, I think he would be the guy. He would be the guy. So, without further ado, I'm gonna bring him on with a little intro, and then I'm gonna explain why the intro first. So first the intro, and then I'm gonna bring him on. Here we go, baby.
Bitch keep telling me I'm the next big thing. Like I don't already know that, bitch. Yeah, hey. This bitch said I'm the next big thing. Big thing. Shut the fuck up and suck this big thing.
All right, hey, what I'm calling him the next big thing. NBG, Coach Faz, 8-0, Vikings. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. What's going on, man?
What's going on, man? Hey, since you entered the league, you've dominated the competition. You haven't had a game closer than 13 points. You're pretty much stomping on anybody you play. What are your impressions so far on the SML so far this season?
Oh, man, I'm loving it. I really love how active and engaged everybody is. Slight footnote on that. My game with Prime was a force win scenario because we had the blue screen. That was a close one. That came down to a last-second stop on the final possession. I think I won by like 4. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, man, it's been a ton of fun. I really enjoyed the competition. No game's been easy. And I just love how active, engaged everybody is. Real great community here.
What has been your biggest challenge thus far in the SML in all your games?
I haven't had any games that I felt were easy. I've had some pull away in the second half that I feel if it weren't for like a turnover, it would be a lot closer. I had a tough one with Tiny and the Seahawks. That defense is a pain.
Yeah, he's tougher than most people give him credit for. I'll give him that.
Yeah, the final score looked like the game was, a little more out of reach than it was, but like honestly, like that one was sweaty. I'd say still the toughest one though was definitely Prime. It was, one of my first games. I had no idea what to expect. I, didn't watch any film or anything. And the passing offense lived up. He shredded me on third downs. So it was real tough to kind of compete with that. Eason gave me a couple breaks, thankfully, and was able to pull away with that one.
Well, yeah, he's always around. Even in this show, he even chimes in like right now. See the goat sound. It always comes on once in a while, man. He's always sneaking. Wherever I do, his eyes are always there. I don't know. Sure. Who do you see are in the playoffs with you? Say you're making it to the NFC Championship. Who do you see is going to be there with you?
I played a couple preseason games with Dump. And he was real nasty. We had a couple of real tough ones. Obviously the Niners, very good roster. I could definitely right off the bat see him. I'm trying to pull up the daddy leagues here and see if I can.
And he even I remember he saying that you're the real deal, after he played you. So that's what kind of opened up some of our guys' eyes, because before even the season started, I didn't know much about you. My disciples had to do some work on you, and now look at where you are. You're 8-0. So
yeah, I remember that was a pretty hot topic there. So yeah, I'm looking at the standings now, making sure I'm not going to say anything silly with somebody who's
somehow
out of playoff contention.
It's all right. Wait, we heard.
I think
Go ahead.
Yes, I think he's going to be tough. Looking at the standings as well, I believe it's Meats with the Cardinals. That's a very good offensive team. It looks like he's running like crazy with Philip Lindsay.
And his QB.
Yeah, and his QB.
Yeah.
Sure. I'd say team in the NFC I'm most worried about roster-wise is the Cowboys. I'm thinking about that offensive line and Zeke, and with defense being the way it is, like I don't really know how you're going to stop that run game. Like I feel like he can just get yards whenever he wants.
And how about in the Super Bowl? If you make it to the Super Bowl, who do you think you'll see there? Who do you think the people want you to see there?
Who the people want me to see is a question I'm not sure if I'm educated enough to answer.
Yeah.
I know it's not the Chiefs. I know it's not ZZ.
Bird. Oh man. Oh wait, ZZ. Wait. This is what he just did to you, ZZ. All right, go ahead. Who would you think?
I'm gonna go with the guy who taught me everything I know, my sensei. It's got to be Dan in the Broncos.
Wow, Dan in the Broncos. There's some like brown-nosing going on there. The preacher or the Pope or whatever he's, wow.
The preacher, the SML preacher.
Wow. So he's going to meet you there. So, and what do you think's going to happen in that Super Bowl if you face him? How have your matchups been in the past?
We've I think last cycle we probably split pretty even. He dominated me before last Madden. I started to kind of figure it out a little more. So I don't know, with defense being a little tougher, our games in last Madden were defensive showdowns. This one's going to be offensive. I do like his offense, but you got to pick yourself, I'm going to go give the nod to me.
Good. I like to hear that. And I don't even have him as, you'll hear that later, but I don't even have him as first in his division. But we'll talk about that a little later.
Ooh, okay.
If you had the opportunity to mercy rule someone in the SML by 50 and not get suspensions for it, who would it be? And come on, now you got to bring out take out the nice guy. And come on, man, we're SML here. I mean, we're a little dirty at times, so let's do it. Who's one guy? Anybody?
Oh, I mean, if you're gonna give the reins off, no rules to worry about it. It's got to be Prime. You got to go for the top dog. Blow him out of the water.
Yeah.
Put your statement out there. If you could do it to anybody, I feel like that's got to be the answer.
Yeah.
The other answer, sleeper answer, I think might be and actually I think this is my next game, but it might be the Bears.
Really?
Put a stamp on my division. I've heard him say a few things. He's coming for me. He's going to end my undefeated season. So, maybe that's the answer.
Yeah, it's Figs. He's the same guy who said, after the first season of SML, he's going to make the playoffs, and he was also 500. So his record now, I don't know if he's a pretender yet or a contender. He did beat Prime, but then again, everybody's beating Prime these days, so we don't really know if that's, good or bad yet. So,
Yeah, I was feeling pretty cool with, my like week 2 victory over him, but then I think he dropped like 4 games right off the bat, and it kind of took some of the shine off that, week 2 championship trophy.
Yeah, he's a guy like me. We don't really play the game much. He doesn't really, he practices, but he's not really a lobby guy or anything. He just plays the game for fun. There's some guys in this league that know the ins and outs of the game, and those guys are going to have the advantage early. If that's the truth, So the last question I have for you, are you the best player in the SML right now, and are you the next big thing?
Next big thing. I haven't seen anybody else who's come in new, and I don't see anybody else undefeated. I see Dan's undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as next big thing, I feel like maybe, probably.
There we go. The NBT, baby. The NBT career starts, man, right now. The NBT. But hey, with Dan, he's 8-0, but he did, flop in the playoffs and nobody's gonna forget that versus NYT a couple seasons ago. So I guess that's why he never got that, because he kind of flopped very badly against a team he should have beat. So, but last question: how many championships do you think you can win this cycle? Say if we play 8 seasons, how many of those do you think you can win?
8 seasons. The only thing with my team is that they're a little older than some of the teams here. Like a lot of my, you got Harrison Smith, you got Thielen, Cousins are, all on the wrong side of the development curve here.
Yeah.
So I think that does handicap some of the long-term championship potential.
I had the Vikings last season, so I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. You kind of got to win early, and then, got to make sure that you draft well and, acquire some decent pieces. I feel like, I feel like one safe, I definitely think I can walk away with one. I like to think if I keep the team developed well, I can get 2. I think 3 starts to become a bit of a stretch.
Yeah. I think
especially I had
3 or 4. Come on, give me 3 or 4 so we can get Prime to start being a little scared. Yeah. Let's get that.
All right. I hear that's like the benchmark. You get 4 in a cycle. That's pretty top dog there.
Yeah.
So we'll see about that, but. I definitely can see myself getting 1, 2, maybe 3 if I can develop things right. Get a couple breakout games. You never know.
Yeah, nice, man. Hey, that's awesome. I'm a big fan of yours and what you're doing, and really, stomping on Motel Mike there too. Also, as the Packers really helps too. But hey, thanks for coming on the show, man. And I bet I'm gonna have you on. Maybe my first show of every new season is the championship edition, which a champion comes on, right? So hey, maybe you'll be on there next year. So we'll see. But hey, thanks for coming on,
All right, man. That's the plan.
All right, bro. I'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely.
There it is. NBT, the next big thing, right there, baby. The truth called it. All right. So hey, on to the next segment. All right, bro. See you later. On to the next segment of the show here. We're gonna run around, quick run around the standings here. We're gonna start in the AFC North. We got the Browns first, 4-4. The Steelers 3-4. The Ravens 3-5, which is a disappointment with NYT with that team. It's hard to see him at 3-5 unless he's not pulling the meats and running with Lamar. 3-5 is really disappointing for NYT. The insignificant mean monster. He's really, not doing well so far. And then we got terrible 2-step, 1-7. Very disappointing, like Prime said in an earlier podcast. He's throwing it all over to the other team, and that's never a good thing. But this division, KJ, man, 3-4. I know it's a losing record, but it's pretty impressive. For him at this point in the cycle. I see it coming down. It's Woods' division to lose. My boy Woods. But if NYT can get those Ravens going, establish the run game, both with the QB and whatnot, and play action, I think it could be dangerous. But right now, I see the Browns and Woods being the head honcho in this division, maybe with some noise with NYT coming up the rear. AFC South is another interesting division. The Texans 5-3, Jags 5-3, Titans 3-5, and Colts 4-4. So Texans, man, it's still out. There's a big game coming up. The Texans against it's just a huge game. The Texans and the Browns coming up this week. This is going to tell me a lot if he's a pretender or contender for Mr. October. Right now he's leading the division, tied with the Jags. I think the Jags just beat him. Mad Bomber, he's good, man. I got lucky to beat him in the luckiest SML game I've ever played, and that's the truth. he's a baller. He knows his team pretty well, and that team will only get better. And then, we got the Colts, prime time. He's getting better as of late, but he still hasn't beat anybody. He hasn't beat a Dan. He hasn't beat a QB. He hasn't beat, the next big thing yet. He hasn't even beat him. So how can I take him seriously at this point? He's beating, all tomato cans that are dented in the supermarket that you get half price right now. He hasn't really beat anybody that good right now. So until he does, he has a lot to prove. And then we got Tennessee Titans and Coop. Man, my disciples were ringing me in the DM early in this season, like, wow, Coop's talking like he knows everything. And he's talking like he's QB stud junior, and he's telling everybody tips and adjustments and this and that. And then all of a sudden, we get the same old Coop, 3-5. And when it comes to certain things, I'll listen to Coop. Basketball and, naming the mountains around him and what name for which mountain. But football, I don't know. He's a good dude. Maybe beers. I listen to him about beers too, craft beers. But early in the cycle, a couple of my disciples were getting at me to kind of holler at him. But, I'll keep it for this show. But he's going to have a tough time. And he says, I'm in Prime's division. I went to Prime's division. I get it. But you know how many other guys in SML history have been in Prime's division? So it's really not a big deal, man. It's your choice. You made it. So live by it now. Next division, AFC East. I'd say it's Noel's division, but he's heating up. It's not his yet. Noel has been looking great lately. I had my couple scouts out of his games. He's looking great lately. Now he's 4-5. He was a lot worse than that. My Dolphins 6-3. I'm on a 3-game losing streak. I'm almost at my average, 500 pretty soon. So that's the way the Dolphins are heading. Breida does come back this week, though. I'm excited for that. Then we got PJ. One of my toughest games this season, my first game of the season. He's 2-6, a little disappointing at this point, but he's a good guy. And then Alex. Alex is sneaky good. He's sneaky good. You can't sleep on him. He's a very schematic type coach. I've played him for years, and you really have to put forth your best to beat him. But this division, I say, I think Noel's going to end up winning it just because, his track record in this league. He's a baller and he's trying to, figure out the game. It takes a little while. Next, AFC West, we got the Broncos at 7-0. The Priest, the Pope at 7-0. Then we got the Chargers, QB stud, 8-1. The Chiefs, ZZ, my man, 4-5. And then we got the Raiders, the most hyped failure right now, future. Okay, and it has the curse of the truth. That's what I think it is, the curse of the truth. He wants to go on Mad Bombers and tear out the truth, and that's what you get, man. You get the bottom. You're looking up at everybody right now, Fuge. So, yeah, I said it, man. So, hey, this division, I played the top 2 guys in this division already, and after thinking about it, I think QB Stud's just a tad better than Dan at this point. Not only that, his team is better. He's got a better pass rush at this point, and I think, I know Dan owned him last game to a certain extent, but I think so far, this game, I think QB Stud might take this division. They haven't played each other. It's weird this late in the season, but it's going to be an interesting matchup, definitely games of the week. But so far, I think the Pope's a little bit behind, QB Stud. And QB, by the way, I sent you those 5-pound dumbbells to your house, so you might be getting those soon. I expect you to pump a little bit, man. You can't be looking like you do and be the voice broadcast team of the SML, because next contract, Prime's not going to renew your contract, man. You have to look good, man. You got the highlights. You just got to beef up a little bit. You can't but beef up those spaghetti strings a little bit, man. That's all I ask, all right? QB, please. All right, we love you, man. We love you. Take care of yourself. All right, next, NFC North. We got the Vikings, okay? We got the next big thing right here, baby. Next big thing. NBT, 8-0, stomping over everyone. When he plays his games, he's just going like, he's pretty much just playing the song every time. It's pretty much just playing that song. That's all he has to do. Boom, bitch, get out the way. He beat the GOAT. What else? He beat, has some pretty good wins. Second in that division. We don't know if he's for real. We got Figs at 6-3. Then we got Motel Mike at 4-4. Pretty average. Average Mike, 4-4. He had some good wins, but he also has some bad losses. Then we got Hova, man. Hova. It's pretty bad, man. Winless. 0-8 for the Hovemeister, man. So, Hove, this is for you, buddy.
You suck.
So far, man, Hove, you deserve nothing more. At the end, hey, Dude, I don't know, man. He's taking this division. The next big thing's taking this division hands down. Probably every single season we play in this cycle. So I feel bad for the other three guys that are, participating in this division, I should say. Next, NFC South, we got the Panthers with Royce at 6-3, Buccaneers with Field at 3-6, Falcons, Lawyer 3-5. Very disappointing. Very disappointing Lawyer with his own team and with a losing record. It's pretty bad. And then let's see, we got the Colt 45, 3-5. I see this division going between. Well, right now Royce seems to be a one-trick pony with his running game if he figures out the pass. But I think he will win it this year. Field, I had high expectations for him, man, but so far 3-5, not too good. And I think Lawyer will pick it up. Just a tad. NFC East, we got the Eagles. Chris Kells, my number one surprise. Chris Kells, without a doubt. He is awesome right now. I don't know where this came from, but he's unbelievable right now. And then we got Grams, very dangerous. Grams is dangerous right now. With that team and not having a job and all this time to lab, Grams is going to be dangerous this season and next season to come. And then the Giants, we got Roland Cook and his big legs. We got him at 5-4. He's also a contender here. This team could have 3 wild cards, especially with the seven teams making it this year. And then we got the football team, 1-7, Blunt Burner. He's used to this. I don't know. He's very frustrated lately at the game. Blunt, come on, man. We need to get you back here. Make this a 4-team race here. We're going to end off with an NFC West. Cardinals, 7-1. Meats, I just played him yesterday. The team's tough, man. And him with a running quarterback is tough. He had 7 carries, 65 yards, and 2 TDs with Murray. It was like another running back out there. I know I had to stop his fast receivers and his running back, Lindsey, but, when you have to stop all 3, it makes it hard. I would love to see Meats with a pocket passer quarterback. I don't think he'd be as effective. This is my call. But he's a great player with this team. It fits his scheme perfectly. And I think he's going to be one of the top 3 guys in NFC this cycle, no doubt. Dump, 5-4. A little struggle this far, man. I don't know if his head's in it quite yet. He has a lot of distractions with a girlfriend nowadays. Maybe a little proposal coming on. Not sure, He's a little pussy whip maybe. I'm not sure, but we'll see. We got the Seahawks, Tennessee Titans. Man, he's impressive, man. He just came off a huge win off Meats, actually. Very impressive win. That defense can rock your head off. Tiny, with a little work, he could be good. He could be good. He's definitely not bad. I'll tell you that. And then we got the Rams. Just took over by my man Spooky. Good luck with that team and that division, buddy. Good luck. All right, next, we're going to roll on. Game of the week. We're going to do this quickly. Game of the week, I have the Texans and the Browns. The Texans got 24 points for, 18th in the league, 22 points against, 8th in the league. The Browns, 26 points for, 16th, 23 points against, 13th in the league. I'm going, cause I don't know much about Mr. October, but I've seen some losses that he's had that have been pretty bad. So I'm going to go 28, 24, 2. I don't know if this is right. I'm going to, this is a hard one to predict. I'm going to try to give you the truth. I'm going to predict my man Woods. My man Woods takes it. And that's what I say. Game of the week. That's a big one because the loser, maybe out of first place in their division, depending on the other teams. So, on to the truth top 10 power rankings. Let's do it.
It's time for Pauly's top 10 SML power rankings.
All right, let's do this. All right, the only true power rankings that SML. I like Dump's power rankings, but Meat's power rankings are straight trash. So these are the power rankings that matter right here. So if you want to know where you stand in the top 10, here we go. Number 10, 6-3, my boy Figs. First time ever in the top 10. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. You're in, top 10 contention here. Then number 9, I have the Panthers and Royce at 6-3 with that credible run game. Number 8, I have the Texans at 6-3 with Mr. October. Then I got the Jags, number 7, my boy, Mad Bomber, mad respect, 6-3. We got number 6, Cowboys, 6-2, Grams. He's scary there in the NFC East. Scary, man. Number 5, Chris Kells, Eagles, 7-1, most impressive coach thus far. He's one of the coaches I never thought would be where he is now, but he is, man. You got to give him props. He's working the sticks. Number 4, Cards, 7-1. Meats. Okay, he's very dangerous, especially with his, quarterback / running back, Murray. He's a dual threat for sure. Number 3, the Pope, the preacher, Dan, 7-0. I know there's going to be controversy, but I think QB Stud's a tad better than you right now. And you may prove me wrong, but I've played both of you, and that's what I think. That's the truth. Number 2, QB, Chargers, 8-1, baby. 8-1. He's very, when I play him, I don't feel like I'm playing a coach. I feel like I'm playing somebody that's really, really good at video games because he knows every aspect of the video game, like every single thing. So he's dangerous. He's the type of guy that's very dangerous. And number 1 on the Truth Power Ranking, the Vikes, 8-0. The next big thing, baby, right there. You heard it here first, and that's the Power Rankings. And that's the only true. Again, Power Rankings in the SML, hands down. So next, I'm gonna go to end off with actually water cooler talk for the boys. And a couple topics, nothing hot tonight. We got a couple topics that, we'll see what happens with them. So without further ado, water cooler talk.
It's time for water cooler talk around the SML with Paul.
All right, first and foremost, we're going off hot right now. All right, going off hot. This game, Madden 21, a little disappointing thus far for 2 reasons. One, the guys are dropping passes wide open off their chest like they're a freshman, a freshman trying to play varsity for the first time. Like, it's horrible. It's horrible. They have to fix that. Number 1. And number 2, every time your QB gets hit and the ball goes in the air, it's an automatic interception. It's just frustrating because it's so automatic that I'm even afraid to hold on to the ball because as soon as it's a sack, it's an automatic interception no matter what you do. Like in the NFL, if you really think about it, every time a QB gets hit and the ball's in the air, maybe 1 out of 10 times that's a pick, right? 1 out of 10. Okay? Here, it's about 10 out of 10. How can that be realistic? It's the worst thing in the game right now is the auto picks off the QB get hit. It's absolutely atrocious, and they have to fix it, man. They have to do something. So far I'm not really impressed with the game because it's like that. I hope they fix it. They got time to fix it, so I hope they do fix it, Last but not least, last topic here on the water cooler talk. This is something, I've heard a lot about even today. When I wake up 6 o'clock in the morning and Field saying, I don't know about my show, it's too much other content out there. And I believe him, man. Another show went under today. And by the way, here's something for those shows that, all the OG shows. Here's something for you, man. Here's something for you.
Hey, y'all for real, though? This right here? Yeah. This goes out to all our fallen homies, yo. Come on.
Hey, yo,
pour it out.
All right?
There it is. I'm pouring a little out for you guys, man. All the OGs, Total Access, playing the field. Rowan's romance show that he had and Counting the Digits, that show that lasted a minute. But hey, is there an oversaturation of podcasts in the SML? And I'm going to say, yeah, man. I'm going to say everybody's trying to do it now. And it's not for everybody, right? It's like, do you want to have a podcast and have 10 to 20 views? Is that really worth your time? Or do you want to, do something that's actually good and you get some views and you get people to like it, I think there's oversaturation right now of podcasts. Everybody wants to be a podcast hero. It's just, for me, it's quality over quantity. I remember when I started doing The Truth, I remember QB Stud coming up to me, hey, Pauly, you might want to do it more often, so it's not 3 times a season. And I go, QB, absence makes the heart grow fonder, bud, as he learned with Counting the Digits. People would only listen to that show before they went to sleep. So, maybe not doing shows so often and maybe, having a little space between them. My boy Bomber's doing great stuff. He has his game show. It's just a family, that's family stuff. That any family can listen to that. It's a game show. It's great. I love it. It's my favorite game show going in the SML, to be honest, But this show's more of, put your kid to bed kind of show, and kind of just get the testosterone flowing a little bit. But, is it too much? It might be. It's a sad end to some of the shows like Total Access and all that stuff. They don't feel they need to do it anymore because there's too much out there. But all that's out there, is it really that good? Some of it is, and some of it, not everybody has to do a podcast. There's other ways to be felt in the SML, right? There's other ways to be felt. You know, and I enjoyed Total Access and playing the field, and I'm sad that they're gone, and I hope that it returned once again. You know, because there's room here for them, without a doubt. So, you know, that's all I want to say, man. Let's not oversaturate these podcasts, man, you know, because it's just taking out what we really want to see for the most part. But, hey, the truth out. It was a great show. I want to thank the next, you know, the big thing, baby, the next big thing coming in here and doing his thing. You know, hopefully he can give the league a little parity. That's what I'm looking for. But, hey, the truth out, man. Peace out. See ya at the playoff edition.